I hope you all can hear me. Happy Saturday. Shout out to my supporters. I am just wanted to go live while I'm waiting for the closing ceremony of the Catapult Games in the ENTV Today Facebook group for the Victory Network. We made it in second place. So I am just going to record while I'm talking to them. I'm not going to be able to see the.
I'm like, whatever.
I'm not going to be able to see all of the. I'm not going to be able to see the comments, but we are live in the ENTV network. So thank you for tuning in and many blessings.
Welcome in, everyone.
Ray in the house. Wow.
How are you, beautiful soul, doing?
We are all
Fantastic.
good.
Fantastic. We're all good. Good to
I'm
hear.
nervous. I don't even know why.
Hey, everyone. We are experiencing some technical delays because there's some people that are supposed to be here, and I'm not sure if there's technical issues or. But we're gonna roll with this, and yeah. So, welcome in, everyone. We're gonna go live here. All right, let's hit record. Welcome, everyone, to the Catapult Games closing ceremonies. First off, I want to say this has been a nice, fun adventure doing the Catapult Games as a beta test. We weren't sure how many people would show up for the Catapult Games closing ceremonies, but we do have some of you here, and it's going to be fun. So thanks for showing up. My voice is a little weird because I'm still recovering from a little episode with something the last 3 days. But ENTV Today, if you're watching this week, you saw some Catapult Games events taking place by some teams that are represented here today. And so we were just here to say thank you and to let some people share what the Catapult Games, the first beta test, was like for them. And to start off, there's more people coming in. Okay. To start off, Carl Atwater, sorry, my voice is, I had the pleasure of interviewing Carl about 2 weeks ago. And I was like, Carl, can you come and sing for us the U.S. national anthem at the Catapult Games? That would just be a whole lot of fun. And he was like, absolutely. So Carl's going to sing 2 songs today, but he's going to start us off by singing the anthem. Are you ready to go, Jump Carl? Do you want to talk about who you are first, or what would you prefer?
Sure, I'll give a little bit of my background. My name is Carl Atwater. I currently make my living as a professional actor. Excuse me, and pardon me. I must have gotten some of what you had because I've got some kind of cold or something that I've had for a few days. Interestingly enough, I was reading in middle school.
So we are live. I'm listening to the Catapult Games, our final ceremonies.
I told them I was going to be singing.
So I won't be. I will not be.
I tried to sing with them yesterday. My voice
responding to comments until after the video.
I got some rest. So we have done an alpha and a beta test, though we're in better voice today. But anyway, I live in Atlanta. I'm full-time, make my living as an actor, a graduate of Howard University, and there we are. So I'll be doing the national anthem, and y'all pray for me. Amen. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's light, what so proudly hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streamed. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
That was awesome. Thanks so much, Carl. And I'm impressed that you would even attempt to sing with your voice like this. That's inspiring, man. And that's inspiring. We'll be hearing another song from Carl a little later in the closing ceremony. So first of all, I'll pull up my show notes and want to say again a big thank you to everybody who joined in. And I just want to confirm, Catapult members, you guys have all shot my Zoom link to everybody, right? You guys shared my Zoom link so people can all get on privately, so we don't know people jumping on that weren't part of the games. Awesome. Okay, so thanks so much for the people that competed in the Catapult games, all the registrants, all the warriors, all the honorable mentions. Just watching the beauty of the events and the connections and the sharing that went on was inspiring. You guys changed people's lives. With Ida was just in that inner circle, that sanctuary of the 3 or 4 or 10 people that were on. It was impressive. It's impressive to watch. I want to go to now introduce the teams that competed. Let's start with you guys, Brain to Belly. Each of you, can you take 1 minute, introduce your group before we get into the guts of what the games was? Please just take a minute, you guys, starting with you, and introduce your group, who it's for, what your group operates as. Thanks so much.
Yep. My group is Brain to Belly, and we are a group. The main focus is to change people's relationship with food so that it would become more of a harmonious one with your whole brain, body, and soul, so that everything is aligned and in harmony. So no more.
If you guys are just tuning in, I am
diets,
taking part in the
no
closing
more
ceremonies
restrictions,
of
no more punishing yourself because you're not a certain way.
the
all of
Empower
that.
Network TV
So
Catapult games.
this is for harmony, I would say, for the well-being of people. So that's it.
Beautiful. And that's facebook.com/groups/Brain to Belly. Thank you.
Brain to Belly. Go
Cindy, can you
follow
go
the
next, please, with
joy.
the Victory Network?
Hey, Cindy Gould, Victory Network here. And we are, yes, I see Crystal Ray. I'm loving my girls that were here. What a great week. We are a network where you can come to us, figure out who you are, why you're here, what you're going to do about it, and how you are going to create victory in every area of your life. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Cindy Gould, for being here. So that is facebook.com/groups/the Victory Network. Tammy Scarlett with the Women's Wellness Network, please.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm Tammy Scarlett with the Women's Wellness Network, and over there, we are a bunch of women who are interested, of course, in wellness, and we're networking to make
Tammy
it all
Scarlett
happen
and the Women's
together.
Wellness Network.
We have
Go follow her on
healers
Facebook.
and those who are healing. So it's for everybody, because even healers can learn some things and grow more from those that are healing, and of course, those that are healing. Just looking for some, different ways to do that. So that's what we do there. So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Tammy. Let's go over to Andrew Michael Horton with Extraordinary Men's Network. Who are you, sir? What's your group all about?
I'm Andrew Michael Horton. Yes, Extraordinary Men's Network. We're a group of men, manly men, that do men's things together. And it's all about gun shows and six packs. It's all it's a group of men who support each other and inspire each other to basically live their own
Extraordinary Men's
extraordinary life,
Network.
however that looks for
Go
them,
follow them on
to elevate
Facebook.
each other, to be the best versions of themselves. That's what we're about.
Beautiful. Thanks for being here, Andrew. And then to the Kellogg's Empowered Soul Network, Paul and Susan, please.
The Empowered Soul Network. Go follow them on
The
Facebook.
Empowered Soul Network is just an amazing group of people that are all there to support each other, to find the true heart inside, and to be able to express that in a way that they feel powerful, beautiful, dynamic, empowered. And the folks that we have on here's Susan.
Hello.
And then we have Jane Mullen, who was with us.
Oh, Paul, we're not going to that yet. We're just doing your
okay.
group introductions. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. And
And then,
time
out.
happy you're here, Susan.
Yeah.
Happy you're here.
Time out. We have one other person. Christine Baker is all here. So here from our group. That's it.
Awesome. We're going to get to the member introductions of your groups in a second, guys. Okay, so. You are muted, Amos. Thank you so much. If each of the leaders now can take 30 seconds and each introduce your warriors who are on camera, and then let them share for a minute or two on who they are, what they're up to in the world, what the Catapult Games was like for them, please. Yeah, you're going. Sorry,
Okay.
go for it, please.
Okay, I'll start. So Brain to Belly, I have two of my warriors here, and it was really an amazing event. But anyway, so my two warriors are Ali Gattenby and Nene Ikufu, both from the UK, are here. And please, Ali, would you like to start and do a brief introduction, and then Nene, please? Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Good evening from the UK. So my name is Ali Gattenby, and I am a hypnotist, I am a life coach, and a neuroencoding specialist. And I specialise in the unconscious mind and how that drives us, how it is part of who we are, and we do things like for Brain to Belly. You know, we automatically pick up that bar of chocolate when we're trying to eat healthily, and I help align the unconscious with the conscious, so it makes it a lot easier to do what you want to do, whether it's confidence, stop smoking, or weight loss. And I found the games intriguing. It was fantastic to be with so many other like-minded people, and how we all have a unique way of helping people, and how much we could learn from everyone else. So I've really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. Nene, please.
Hey, Nene here, Nene Kufu from London, UK. And I am a law attraction coach that leads neuroencoding specialist, 1-star. And I coach introverted people, and I show them how to program their brain so they can devote to their best self in their emotions, their behavior, and
Hello, everybody. If you're just tuning in, I am live on my YouTube channel, and we are.
It was quite enlightening how
I'm live in the Empower Network, and we are having the final
so many other things are
closing ceremonies of
like
the
Ali said,
Catapult
it's just
Games.
so intriguing to
So
meet
I
like-minded
apologize
people,
if you're
and the
not sure what's
discussions and
going
things
on,
that
but
came to
that's
life
why I'm
was
really not
just-
talking.
and also kind of like we do the same thing. We get to the same results, but just we get there in so many different ways, and how cooperative and innovative the whole idea was. It was fun to be part of it. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Nene. Hugo, did you have any more? And Ali as well. Did you have any more people on camera here?
No, not on camera. They were not able to show up, unfortunately.
Oh, that's okay. Awesome.
Can I
Tell
mention
me.
their names?
Oh yeah, please do that.
Okay, so Olive was part of it. Was Naomi Hall was another one. Fallon, Jordan was another one, and who else am I missing? Someone else? I
Laurie.
maybe huh?
Laurie.
Laura.
Lori, yes. Laura Natson. And they were my warriors, and they were amazing, all amazing people. And I think we did a pretty decent job of providing lots of tools for everyone. So thank you.
Awesome. And thanks to you for that reminder to mention other people too that are not on camera. Good catch. Tammy, let's go to you. Tammy Scarlett.
Hello. Okay, my warriors couldn't be here. I have one that might be coming on any second. She just messaged me and said, I just got out of my meeting. Can I come on? So she may be showing up. The other ones, that's Roxanne. Lori, another one, she is also unavailable today. Yaz and Pandita, and one more who was a little bit shy to come on camera. She showed up, she participated through the whole thing, and I know she's watching right now. So Dorothea, thank you for all your support. Absolutely amazing people. My wildflowers are blooming and growing and helping me do the same. So I love them. So please let me come back on if Roxanne shows up.
All right, let's go. Thank you so much, Tammy. And we'll go to Cindy Gould because one of your ladies has to go. So Cindy, please.
Yes. I just love my women warriors. So great. None of our guys could show up and this week while we were participating. So it's super great. Today on camera, I have Dr. Josephine Weber, who is climbing on a plane. I can see her. She's almost to the airport. So I'll let her go first. And then, of course, beautiful Crystal Ray is here as well. So my sissy from another missy, Doc, you have to unmute, babe. Don't you just want to reach in the car and help unmute her?
How's that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, victory. Go ahead. Share your experience and all the things.
My experience was that in the beginning, I was very scared and afraid of, I was scared and afraid. However, listening to everybody, listening to the groups, I found that they're just like me. They're just like me, and they have fears. And so one of the topics that we covered was the fears that you can overcome so that you can have a better life. Anyways, and I found that as I did more, that I got more comfortable, and that I got less tense. I was more relaxed and more open. And when you have somebody like Cindy who can bring that out of you, I was like, oh my God, it was. I kind of amazed myself because I'm usually pretty quiet, and I'm just one to just listen and yes. And put in what I was feeling, and yeah, so it was pretty amazing. I truly enjoyed it. And one thing too was I had some people listening with me, and they were saying, "Wow, that happened to them," and yeah, the shares were incredible. And I'm at the airport now, so I'm about to jump out the car.
Love you, safe travels.
Thank you. I'll call you later. Yep, I will. Bye, you guys.
Thank you.
Bye, Joey.
Okay, it's almost my turn.
Bye, Josephine.
I have to hang up now.
Okay.
That's okay. Anyway, before I announce my other beautiful woman warrior who is on this, let me shout out the other ones who participated. We had great people. Liz Urbina, who is a member of ENTV today. Corrine Zulliger, who is her two beautiful daughters, took her on a whirlwind trip to New York City for Mother's Day. So that's where she is. And even as she got off a plane, she found a place to sit so she could climb on and do it with us because she didn't want to miss. I mean, so dedicated. And then found another place and then ditched her girls for 30 minutes yesterday so she could be on it with us. So it was like so beautiful. Susan Schatzer, who is, I think, on the beach somewhere in Miami or in Florida, rather. and she joined us throughout the week. Melissa McClelland, our in-house for ENTV Today marketing strategist. She was one of our warriors. Jillian Rawlis, who is in Washington State, doing some Mother's Day things today as well. And then Sheena Gadine, who is also in ENTV Today, another woman warrior. And now my beautiful Crystal Ray, who showed up to everything the whole time and totally kicked booty with everything she shared. So transparent, so out there. Sweetheart, please share with us your experience.
So it's your gem of the day, Crystal Ray. Thank you so much I'm just so honored to have been invited to participate in this amazing event. I'm just so honored. I am a burn survivor, a public speaker, and an advocate in the burn community, the Burn Invisible Difference communities. And some of my final thoughts on this whole awesome, powerful week of conversations is just don't discount your unique value that your voice brings to the conversation. And if you believe in yourself, anything is possible. I survived unimaginable tragedy, and I'm here to share my triumph with you all. And I just appreciate the opportunity to share this space with so many amazing human beings. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And you know, so many of us, how many of us hid behind masks, hid behind things? So many people do not show up. And I have so much honor for you, Crystal, that you didn't even just show up, you just like showed out. And the same with my other warriors. Thank you, Amos, for this extraordinary experience. And thank you to all my girls.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you to all the participants in Cindy's group. That was amazing to see you guys come with such heart. All right, let's go to Extraordinary Men's Network. Great time. And Edward's here too. You got 4 dudes here, Andrew. Do you want to give your shout outs? Anyone else before we start with these guys?
Just Heath Jackson. Can't be here today. He's working late and this is early for him. So it's, he's got to rest. So he couldn't make it, unfortunately. But yeah, he was a rock star, hell of a stud. And, he's missed today, but he participated incredibly, and I'm grateful for him to be in the group. But we also have Be Awesome, who's been phenomenal since he joined the community, putting all his heart into every event we've done. Huang Hidin, who has recently began participating and stuff, but he's been full on 100% in everything we've done. Tahi Spinks, who is just phenomenal. Every time he opens his mouth, just gold nuggets pour out. He's a huge inspiration for me. And of course, with Edward James Carey, well, where would we be without him? He's a great leader and an inspiring guy. And yeah, please take it away, gentlemen, and share your experiences of the Catapult Games. Be awesome. If you want to go first.
Thank you.
I am participating in the Catapult Games ending
awesome
ceremonies. All week I have been competing in a speaking event.
Used to
and these are the closing ceremonies.
Like this, where I'm speaking live, with a group of people and in front of a lot of people that I don't know. It was transformational for me. Just to be able to
my team
show up
came in second place,
speak and engage with the other men in our group. There was a lot of takeaways from me that are going to make me a lot.
If you're interested
better,
in watching
like,
the competition, all of the videos are posted inside the Victory Network on Facebook. It's the Victory Network group.
People get back to
and
who they are.
On the community tab of my page, I shared how you can join.
They are divine by nature from the moment that they were born. In whatever way that message has to be presented. And that's what I've been just kind of working on. I've got a lot of stuff written down. Just before this call started, I was watching another live presentation called the Brainathon, and one of the first presenters was Lisa Nichols, and a quote, something that she said there, I had to take it because it was so good. It was, you have to stop asking yourself permission to be great and put the world on notice that you're coming. So you just have to be who you are all the way, fully, 100% of the time. Like, and you can do that without it draining you and without being exhausted by the pressures of life. I'm working on, like I said, I got so many things like written down, plans, things that I'm working on to try to really deliver that message in a way that's going to reach the most amount of people and have the most profound effect. You know, there's things you can do, things you can say, mental exercises, things that have to do with what you're putting in your body. I mean, the mind and the body and the spirit are all interconnected, and when they're in line, like, that's when the magic happens. So thank you for the experience and allowing me to participate.
Thank you, be awesome. And Huang, thank you for being here, brother. How was the experience for you?
Well, hello everyone, and hello brother, right? Well, I'm Huang, and I'm living in the Netherlands. What I'm obsessed with is to help people overcome self-rejection and gain self-love, to feel alive again. Mainly is because I spend like a lot of time from when I was a kid rejecting myself, and I often thought, I really believe that the world would be much better without me, you know, and but until I kind of lost it right now. I don't know what to say further. There was a quote, this was one of the very main things that's helped me, which is between the stimulus and the response, there's a space. And within that space lies our ability to respond. And with that response, right, is our happiness and freedom. That was literally one of my savior, one of the most important quote from Viktor Frankl. Because for me, I'm a martial artist, and
if you're just tuning in, I'm watching the ENTV Catapult Games closing ceremonies for our
something like that so far. And
we've been doing a speaking contest all week
through breath work.
And these are the closing ceremonies.
Connecting with ourselves,
listening to the last of the groups
we
share.
Can increase our awareness, right, and create the embodiment within ourselves. Because, as martial artists, they practice so much. I don't know if you guys know that. Martial artists, especially when they compete, right? Yeah. Yeah, they practice so much that they become one with the movement, right? You guys see everybody is kung fu fighting, right? Yeah. They don't do just like, but they like, paw, right? Yeah, they do that. And when they do that, you guys can see, or we all can know that they become one with the body, right? And when they become one with their body, after that, they start practicing weapons, right? So they become one with the weapons. And through that, that is the embodiment within ourselves, and from there expanding further. I also, in that there, we can find grounding. And in that place, when we are in that place of connectedness within ourselves and grounding, we really can free ourselves from long-term stress, anxiety, and the destruction they bring. In the past, as a kid, I did not do that enough. I focusing on everything outside of me, right? I could embody nature, but I was incapable. 1 minute, Pro. Thank you. My experience here in this is my first time speaking before 10,000 people. I never done that before, so I was being very nervous. And when I talk, I was very nervous, and it's in that nervosity, it's giving a lot of growth. So I often take note and I throw it around. So I'm very grateful.
If
to be
you
able to
follow my
share,
story and you look at my channel, you'll find
So,
out how it
I
happened.
hope
We're
that
not
it
having
could,
story time today.
you know,
I'm in an awards
people
ceremony.
somewhere in the world is good.
If you're really interested, check out my channel.
And however far you move. All right. Thank you so much for being here, for listening, and for giving me this opportunity. So
Thank you, Hong. Next up, we have Tahi. Tahi from New Zealand. How you doing, brother? How was your experience taking part
Thank
in
you. I love my
catapult
hairstyle
events?
too. It's just getting long enough to do that.
That was awesome. Apologies, I couldn't be more present this week. I was redoing, deepening my learnings in NLP throughout the week. But Andrew knows if he needs me, if he reaches out to me, if I'm available, I'll get out of bed no matter what time of the day or night, or put down what I'm doing to be there for him, because I truly believe in what he's doing. And I think in what Be Awesome and Juan just shared shows the importance of this kind of work and getting out there and speaking. Juan just said he was nervous, and now look at him go. Be Awesome. He's taken all his learnings away by showing up for others. He's taken all his learnings for himself. And I know Edward is the same, Andrew's the same. So yeah, very awesome to have been a part of it. I'm Tahi Springs. First and foremost, dad, loving father and partner. I was actually late on here because I was helping our young fella make breakfast because it's Mother's Day here. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and all the dads that play the motherly role in their families. So yeah, thank you for letting me be a part of this community, and always here for you, Andrew. Love you, brother.
Cheers, man. Thank you, Tahi. And finally, Edward, how was your experience with these games?
To be honest, they happened so fast. I mean, from the Extraordinary Men's Network, I mean, the way it went down for us, it was like a last minute thing. And so, that challenges my brain. I'm a planner. So I think the fact that we were able to show up so coherently with something at the last minute like that was really cool. I think it actually went better than if we had sat down for hours trying to plan it. One thing, Be Awesome said something. Oh, sorry about the background. I don't have the background. I did a Windows update, and for some reason, it wiped all of my Zoom backgrounds. Be Awesome mentioned something about Brainathon. Were you talking about John Assaraf's Brainathon? Oh man, let me tell you, if you're watching right now, I was already in personal development for like 15 plus years, but I watched the Brainathon in 2016, which got me invested in one of Assaraf's programs. And for anybody in personal development,
If you click on the link on the top of my page, the Linktree link, it says Crystal Ray shares her story live. Click on that video.
How the brain works with frequencies and stuff like that, getting into like binaural beats or isochronic tones. Huge stuff. So if you've never had a Brainathon experience, I would definitely plug that. The games was fun.
But really, how I was burned doesn't really matter. I'm burned from the top of my head to my ankles.
In any way possible.
I'm an 80% burn injury survivor.
Share some of the stuff that's
5%
worked for me
chance
in
at life after
Hopefully
my
to help
injuries,
others.
and I'm thankful to be here.
So for that, from that specific aspect, Catapult Games allowed me to do that. So I'm grateful for that. Of course, I know Amos personally, so I like assisting when I can to help Amos build what he's doing. And I like Andrew's group, Extraordinary Men. I think it's a good fit for me as far as Facebook groups go.
Curiosity killed
I
the
don't
cat.
find myself in a lot of groups.
And just
So
because you're
this one
curious doesn't mean I have to answer
specifically
it.
sort of
Answer your questions.
So yeah, thank you for thinking of me. Thank you for having me on the team.
And sorry, I'm
So,
not
yeah,
trying to be
maybe it'll
rude.
happen
I'm just.
again, I don't know.
I already said I wasn't
I'm
going to
still
talk
trying
about
to
it
wrap my
today.
head around
Thanks.
exactly what I participated in.
Yeah, me too. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for being here. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. And thanks, guys, for supporting Andrew. Let's jump back to Tammy. because Roxanne just appeared. Tammy, welcome here, Roxanne. Tammy, you want to intro her?
Hello, Roxanne. I'm so glad you could make it. This is one of my beautiful wildflowers, Roxanne Hardenberg. She's been cheerleader, foundation member, building, participating in everything. She even did her own roundtable experience with a few other girls, and that went amazing. So Roxanne, thank you so much for being a part of the Wildflowers. And can you just share a little bit about your experience in the Catapult Games, and then maybe just a little bit about who you are?
Yes, absolutely. Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm sorry I'm late. I was on another workshop, and then I remembered, and Tammy messaged, and I was like, is it too late? And she said, no, come. And, you know, that's what I love about the Women's Wellness Network. Just Amos, hi, thank you again for creating this. I met Amos last year virtually, and I was very shy. I'm not a shy person at all. But when it came to being online, Amos, after a few interviews, I really came out of my shell, and then I tried a few groups. I have a women's coaching. Well, I now work with men as well, but I'm a fast track health hacker. I deal with strategies. I work with DNA, and I help individuals understand how to lock in their healing power based on their DNA, what their gut needs, and there's so much more to that, stem cell therapy and. So I've been in quite a few groups over the last 3 years of me building my online business. My background's actually corporate IT, strategy, data analytics. I've run my own businesses, other people's businesses, nothing to do with health. And then in 2020, I was forced into a corner, and I had to figure out how to reverse my own conditions, stage 4 endometriosis, IBS, severed spinal cord, a whole lot of things. And I was able to figure out how to come back from that. And then I realized I was so good at it that I needed to help other people. And I just tried it in lockdown, and a bunch of people got results, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm onto something. And so over the years, I've tried various groups, but then I met Tammy. And I have to say, you know, the whole Wildflowers, that's like quite fitting, because, you know, I've always thought of myself as a bit of a weed, but a helpful one, like a dandelion. You know, it's really good for liver cleanse. But just someone that was always outside of the box, someone that was just never really fitted in with the pretty flowers, and just really out there and wild. And then I met Tammy and got into her group, and I thought, well, let me try it out. The Women's Wellness Network sounds interesting. And I don't even know how to put words together. I feel home when I'm in there. I just feel like I can be myself. I feel like I can, you know, completely be authentic, that I'm not being judged. And then the Catapult Games came, and just like, was it, I can't remember who here said it, sorry, I still don't really know what I just got involved in, what just happened, because I didn't know what to expect. And then after the 4 or 5 days that we were all together, I felt like I'd been on some kind of retreat that had taken me out of my own world. Because, you know, being a business owner, you're constantly going. And then to stop all of a sudden, I mean, ask Tammy, every day I'd arrive just on time. I've just put my lipstick on. I've just come from a call or a Zoom meeting or something, right? I mean, it's online though, but still, like racing there. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to tap out. And then after an hour, I'm like, I don't want to work anymore. I feel so relaxed. And I actually was looking forward to those hours. Like every day, I'm like, oh, I wonder what Tammy's doing today. And what was really special is I got to meet some amazing women. And we all went on an adventure without leaving our seats, of course. Tammy, you are very unique. There's something very unique about you. I mean, we're all unique, right? But she just really had such a fantastic way of getting us to go back and be a child and just go into this adventure land. I mean, in the beginning, I thought it was a bit like, okay, I don't know if I can do this. Like, what? And then I just raced with it. I mean, I became the bee with the Tektite stone that ended up having spirit animals. And at the end of it, I felt so human again, because we're so disconnected in such a connected world. We're so disconnected. And so you took me on a path, and Tammy, I'll never forget the experience. And Amos, thank you for bringing this whole space together, because I think you have reminded the online world, because let's face it, during lockdown, we could only go online. I didn't even know what Zoom was then. And I think we lost a little bit of our humanity. We lost a little bit of ourselves along the way. It all became very rigid, and, you know, and yeah, Amos, your group is fantastic. Everybody in the group, and obviously I'm inviting as many as I can, and everybody loves it. The feedback is great. But the Women's Wellness Network, the Wildflowers, I'm very proud to be one of you guys.
If you're just tuning in, where I am at the end of the
I feel like I can find my feminine, I don't know if
Catapult Games for the Empower Network TV.
I'm a woman.
I am at the end of the closing ceremonies of the Catapult Games, where my team, the Victory Network,
and
so yes, I'm in second place in our speaking competition.
I am only really active in one, and that's the Women's Wellness Network. And I've loved everybody. I've met quite a few of you guys, actually, not you individually, but Brain to Belly. I think Paul Kellogg, like some of you guys, like I just love what all of you are doing. I almost feel like I'm part of a very special network of networks. And I'm very grateful that I get to share my message authentically, but that I get to be me while doing it. And I'm so humbled by everybody that I've met here. Like the stories leave me in tears sometimes. It's can't put words to it. So thank you so much for the opportunity. Amos, thank you. Tammy, thank you. And I look forward to the next round. I'm like, oh, Tammy's raised the bar now. What's next? It's like the Wizard of Oz. Let's click our heels.
Absolutely. Thank you, Roxanne.
All right. Thank you, Tammy. And thanks, Roxanne, for supporting Tammy. All right. Well, let's go to the Kellogg's Empowered Soul Network. Please.
All right. Well, I have to give the shout out to the folks that aren't on camera today, and especially one who has just been extraordinary in the midst of all the things she's going through. A lot of you know that's Carl Hooker. She was on last night with us, and she was at the hospital with her parents who are undergoing some various procedures.
I am participating in the Catapult Games for Empower Network TV. In the community tab of my channel is how you can join the Empower Network TV or the Victory Network, which I'm a founder in both. We had a speaking competition all week, and these are the closing ceremonies for the Catapult Games. And my team, the Victory Network, earned second place.
Lansing Bryan, Richard Lassiter, Wanda Malhota, I'm pretty sure I said that right. Dr. Desmelde Rodriguez
I live in Oklahoma.
Ellis, Cindy Strong, Kenya Sankour, Jenny Wimmer, who was also a wonderful backer. She's a colleague, but she really backed our group up. And then Chris Allaire, Dina Fortune, David Jones, Tara Bush, and then I have to give a shout out to co-collaborator Sandra Kellogg. She was in her various modes of health and well-being, lost her voice quite a bit. She actually had a bout last night, but she was such a behind-the-scenes communicator and checker, and it's extraordinary to work with her. And I also have to start out with another up-and-coming co-collaborator who hasn't been actually able to do a whole lot until the last two nights. And that's actually my partner, Susan. I want to let her take a minute and share what the Catapult Games meant to her.
Well, it was a deep dive because I have not had as much experience with the online. I've been on Zoom meetings before, but I noticed that the feeling of being so connected to everybody, it didn't matter where we came from, what country we were in this space, it was just a tremendous oneness. And we actually have sung songs online as part of our group Catapults, which for me were so freeing. And I've done that my whole life, but just to be able to share that with people and then get feedback. And I thought, never minimize what I have to share. And I say that to everyone here, never minimize who you are, what you have to share. It just goes so far and so deep. And just the fact that we're all together today and listening to each other, who does that in this world? Who gives us time to do that? So I applaud this circle and this network, and the networks have been inspired. It really is giving me a whole new opportunity to expand and grow, which is the whole point. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah, last night we did a thing all based on music, but the song of our life, the big.
Thank you.
All right, Jane, thank you so much. There she is again. Christine, you cannot keep her away. She's constantly showing up. A wonderful long-term family friend and business colleague, Christine Baker. I think she was in most everything we did. So, Christine, take it away. Share what the Catapult Games meant for you.
I have loved every minute since I even got Amos, and my internet is very much affected. So you all look like you can't hear me.
We can now. We can.
Okay. And I just am thrilled with the fact that Paul Kellogg has created the Empowered Soul Network to give me a stage, a mic, and a place to do what I came to do. And I have always been teaching people about their guardian angels, about life after death, that they can heal themselves, that life is to be loved and enjoyed and have struggles, or not struggles, but opportunities to learn and to grow. And through those opportunities, we shine our light, we show our life song, and we create beautiful music together. And just because Amos followed through on his inspiration, and he's a musician and a singer, he's brought us all together. So I'm very grateful to all of you, and I'm also a great supporter of Tammy and all of you, because we're filling a great need in the world.
Thank you.
That's it, Amos, for Empowered Soul Network. And thanks so much, brother, for creating this celebration, too. This is wonderful to be able to connect like this.
Oh, thank you, Paul and Susan and Sandra. And thanks, everyone, for supporting Paul and Susan and Sandra. It's been amazing to watch all the events.
Hello, Jack.
All right.
Thanks for tuning
Marshall, are you ready to
in.
go, sir?
I'm listening to the closing ceremonies
If you
of
are,
my
we would love
Catapult
to
Games
hear from you next.
that I've been speaking in all week.
I am.
If you're interested in knowing more,
I'm still trying to figure out, Amos, what you really
the
want me to say.
community
to this
tab of my
platform of
page
amazing people, right?
has more information
It's,
about the Empower Network
I'm sitting here
TV
listening to
and
everybody.
the Victory Network.
And everybody has their own space. Everybody has their own reason for living. But I think the one thing that, as I'm listening, I started looking up the definition of catapult, Amos. And whenever I give something to talk about, I really try to get the crux of what's here. And a catapult, according to the definition, is a stick with two prongs that's used to launch rocks in the air, right? So I'm thinking about everybody on here and their persistent pursuit of launching forward, constantly moving forward. And even in our effort to be so positive, there are truly things that we face on a regular basis. I think part of what we do as successful people is we mentally want to overcome some of the negative challenges that we
My
face.
group, the Victory
And one of the
Network,
things that I found as I travel around the country
on
and I speak,
Facebook,
I think we tend to
one of my groups that I am
sometimes
the
forget the
founder in,
fundamentals. We want to be so relevant that we
we earned second place in
create
this
new
speaking
niches for
competition,
people
and
to
these are
fall
the
into.
closing
And what we
ceremonies
tend
that
to
we're
do is we
listening
tend
to.
to overlook the fundamentals when we're trying to create this new space. I don't care whether it's spirituality, I don't care whether it's wellness or whatever. I think we've gotten so far away from some of the simple things. And my encouragement to everybody in is to keep this thing replicatable. My background's in ministry. I've been an executive coach for over 30 years. So my biblical foundation is where I hone a lot of what I'm talking about in the areas that I speak.
It's been super
And there's a
fun.
verse of
It's been
scripture,
super fun. Lots of growth,
that
lots of
changed my life over
connections.
25 years ago, and it's in the Gospel of
There's
Mark,
about 20
chapter
people
7,
on
verse
this
13. And it says
Zoom
the
call right
traditions
now,
of man
but
make
we
the word
had,
of
I
God
think,
none
100
effect.
people compete.
Man's traditions make the word of God of none effect. And when I talk about that in and of itself, we've accepted some traditional things as part of personal development, as part of moving forward. Motivation is one of the things that we accept as part of this tradition. If we want to be successful, you have to be motivated.
Happy
Well,
Mother's
I found
Day.
that over time, that motivation, as much as it creates positivity, it creates as much anxiety because it's based on everything external.
Most of what motivates us is something external. Now we find a way after we mature to figure out what internally is moving us. But that's more of purpose than passion as opposed to motivation. And a lot of people that we find ourselves working with have subscribed to that mantra, which is why they keep going from group to group.
I'm going to try to turn the camera around so you guys can see what I'm looking at.
Doesn't anymore. And we've all become victims of the fact that most of us were never taught at an early age to define our passion or pursue it.
See.
We were taught to pick a career, pick a work path that would define us or present us or provide us the lifestyle that we want. I think what
These
you guys
are
are doing
the
and what
people
needs
and the
to be
groups
more
that
of
we
is the
that
purpose
competed.
for people has to be defined. We have to go find that, not necessarily a feel-good spot, but a purpose. When we look at the things that we face in life, I tell folks all the time, the greatest adversary you have is not economics.
There's about 10,000 people in this Empower Network TV group that we've been speaking in front of all week.
It's comfort. It's the greatest challenge you have. Because when you become comfortable, you're no longer a threat. And even in us pursuing motivation, we get comfortable. You'll never be comfortable if you're pursuing your passion. You won't have a reason to be. You can't, because it's never ending. It's never fulfilled. I think so many of us have subscribed to a mantra of achieving something, getting to a certain place, because we're so outcome driven. I encourage folks to take their eyes off of the outcome, because if they truly have a foundation in biblical truth, the outcome is not up to you, only your participation. And I believe we can have more personal, internal success and a position of feeling good if we understand that. I want to give you two things that I believe can change your life right now. Two things that if you implement them today, they may not be new to you, but I believe that when you implement these, it will literally shift your life in an instant. Number one is having no emotional attachment to any outcome. No emotional attachment to any outcome. Now, is that challenging in today's world? Without question, because we are influenced by emotion on every aspect and every spectrum that we face. But if we can have no emotional connection to the outcome, now what we're really saying is that I'm going to critically move my way through what I've been designed to pursue. I'm not going to be swayed by it. I'm not going to be moved by what I see. I'm going to totally walk by this element called faith. It's what is going to be there. And number two is no time frame for things to happen. I believe that when you put a time frame, and we've all been taught it was SMART goals, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time sensitive. When you actually put a time frame on them, you actually create anxiety that's in total polar opposition to what you want to be. So remove the time frames. No emotional attachment to any outcome and no time frames for things to happen. Literally now create something that's really duplicatable for everybody, because these are the things that keep people blocked and keep people stuck. That's why I said fundamentals. Going back to the foundational things. When we were little kids dreaming the biggest dreams we had, we didn't know when they were going to happen. We said, I'm going to go to the moon. Had no idea, no date, no anything. But as we matured and we became more in tune with man's tradition, all those things that used to free us kept us in a way that weren't conducive for us. So Amos, thank you for allowing me to share with this amazing group of people. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Andrew, for the platform on Extraordinary Men's Network. It was a phenomenal time to share with you. You guys, I followed most of your videos on the network. He asked me to share something with you guys in this closing ceremony, and I hope and pray that what was shared is beneficial for you. It helps you. And if you need me for anything, I've always said, and here's what I've been dubbed as, I'm the coach that works with people who don't think they need coaching. And I think that's set me in that place. I think so many people at times find themselves alone in developing who they are, because they find themselves not thinking like everybody else and searching for other people that think like them. We use the term like-minded.
That is the Real GM, Grayson Marshall, if you're interested in who's speaking. The Real GM, Grayson Marshall,
I'm struggling. I don't want to be with struggling people. I want to be with been there, done that people.
Of the Extraordinary Men's Network on Facebook.
Overcome it, and they have the understanding of servitude to give back. That, to me, is the greatest factor. And I believe you've done this at Amos and this platform, giving back. Other people have done and shared the same thing, and I believe that's why it's been so impactful, and it's only going to grow. So the real GM, so GMTalkingBS.com. My initials GM Talking BS, and BS is not bulljiggity. It is belief system. It's breaking
Real
structure.
GM
It's
Talking
that
BS.
you can have that's going to improve who you are.
The real
Get with me if you need
GM.
me. GMTalkingBS.com, and I would love to partner, connect, and
Yes.
and support any of you guys in any way. Amos, thank you so much.
Wow, Grayson.
The real
That was
GM
awesome.
Grayson
I saw a lot
Marshall.
of nodding heads as you were saying stuff. Beautiful. Thank you for being here. Carl Atwater, you ready to go for your second song, sir? And then we're going to crown the winner.
We are
And
almost
again,
to
Carl,
the
I'd
end
be
of the
surprised you're
ceremony.
showing up with a
We have
voice like
another
this.
singer.
I'm just like, mad props, man. Mad props.
Thank you.
I was in a bad fire.
When I was 17 years old, I discovered I
If you
could
click
sing.
on the link in the top of my
And
page,
at
the
age
link
of
tree
17,
link,
I really didn't think it was that big a deal.
there's
I
a
thought everybody
story
could
time
sing. I
video
thought it was just a gift
pinned
that everyone
there.
had.
If
My
you
family was
click
very
on
musical.
the link tree
and
link in the top of
The only reason
at the
I
top of
even
my
got into
my
college was
page.
because I could sing.
It will.
Because I partied.
The
in
story
high school
time video
days.
is in that
And
link tree.
so the song I'm about to sing, Old Man River, is the song that got me into college and absolutely changed my life. So
I'm not sure,
and
Logan,
also
what you're
I'm currently
asking.
Doing about to do a Motown
I
show.
won. We
here in
have been in a
Atlanta
speaking
this
competition
August,
through the Catapult
and
Games,
that's
and the
the
Victory
song that I
Network,
chose
which
to
is
audition with.
the network I was part
so,
of, won
Man
second
River.
place.
There's an old man called Mississippi. That's the old man I would like to be. What does he care if the land's got troubles? What does he care if the land is free? Oh, that he must know something, but don't say nothing. He just keeps rolling. He keeps on rolling along. He don't like taters. He don't.
Yes, we have all been participating in these games as a team.
Ransom is soon forgotten, but old man River, he just keeps rolling along. You and me, we sweat and strain, body all aching and racked with pain. Choke that barge, lift that bell, you get a little drunk, and you land in jail.
If there are people talking crap in my comments, I'm going to block you.
And scared of dying, but old man River, he just keeps rolling on.
Thank you so much, Carl. Love it. Love it. And for those of you that have not heard Carl sing off of Zoom with his real voice, you got to go online and check it out. It's impressive. Very impressive. Thank you, Carl, for being here. All right, so we had 2 prizes for the Catapult Games. We had the team that got the most registrants, which was the Kellogg's Empowered Soul Network. And we had the winner of the Catapult Games, which is Empowered Soul Network. So congratulations twice to Empowered Soul Network, who will now, they've won some stuff. They're going to be getting, as a team, you guys are going to do 2 broadcasts, 1 for each prize, into my group, ENTV, up to your choice, whatever kind of...
Logan, you're fine. Thank you so much. You're
And,
not
but let's
ignorant.
turn
You
the
just
mic
haven't
over
been
to
exposed
your
to it
5-10
before.
minutes to Paul and to
And
Susan.
yes, I'm a burn
Whether you wanna
survivor. I was in a
if you
bad
wanna
fire for
share
other
too, it's
people
up
who
to
are
you,
wondering.
But, please share more about what it was like for you and what your thoughts are, please, in the Catapult Games and winning.
If you click on the link in the top of my page, the CRH Media link to the link tree, there is a pinned video that talks about what happened to me.
Absolutely no idea what was going to happen.
Today, we're watching the
the whole
closing ceremonies of the Catapult Games through the Empower Network TV on Facebook and the Victory Network on Facebook.
By the end of the year.
In the community tab of my page, I shared a link to what we're doing today. If you'd like to join the group, you can see what I'm
maybe 1,000
participating in live
for 10
there.
Years, they had 3,000 or 4,000, so had no idea what was going to happen with this. And when he said you have to put aside what you are and just be of service, in his words, serve. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to do interviews. And you're going to, the goal is to have you do 100 interviews in 100 days. And so having been on the other side of the mic,
Thank
done
you.
1,000 plus radio
I'm super
TV,
proud of me
newspaper
too.
interviews, I thought, well, I know how to talk.
It's been a long week.
So all I have to do is flip the mic around and I get to ask a few questions and everybody else gets to talk. So I said, I can do that. So we just started lining up interviews. I think the most I had was like 12 in 1 week. And so just blitzing it just one after another. And in the process of doing that, I started to meet people who are souls that have been born to do this work. And I reckon I've been involved in doing my work for 50 years. I travel around the world. I recognize when someone is engaged in what they've come to do.
I am truly honored to have had such a busy week,
very
though.
faith-based about it. If they're
There
very
was one point in my
metaphysical
life
about it, or
that
just
I did not think that I was ever going to be able to do any of
recognize
this.
that.
So
I
I'm very
started
grateful.
seeing, 80, 90 people now so far in 10, 15 different countries that are all expressing themselves, doing their thing. The Roxannes of the world, the Crystals of the world, they're just giving and being themselves and sharing and finding a platform to do that in. So when we decided to try and figure out what we wanted to do with a name, we've already had a mantra called Empower You in all your relationships. It's not use you when you're engaged in a relationship, it's maintain you. So we already had that word empowered, and we rotated around, what do we want to really call this? And this word soul, what transcended everything. It transcended a specific relationship.
If you're
it
just
transcended
tuning in,
specific
we're
family
watching
kind of
the
energy. It just transcended because the word
closing
soul,
ceremonies of the
it has
Empower
essentially
Network
no race, it
TV
has no color,
Catapult
it has no
Games
sex,
that we've been
there's
competing
no
in all
religion.
week.
It's just being. It's just the spirit. And
On
we
the
wanted to
community
honor
tab
that,
of my page,
that anybody
I
could come on and be
shared
themselves,
the
express
links to
themselves
how to join the
without
group.
hindrance,
You
without
watch
encumbrance, without
the
prejudgment.
past, all
which I
of the
think
past
Amos has
videos
done
live if you'd
amazing.
like
I mean,
to,
he's
or
coach
the replay of the
lives.
lives.
With all this, and I see it in Cindy's group and all the groups, Brain to Belly. I see it in Tammy's group. All the groups have that same kind of thing. So what I've learned and what I've seen is that it's just simply,
Great to
what
hear.
is it that I want to say?
I'm
That
so
is the
happy
deep
for you,
down,
Jet. That's
talking
awesome.
about Grayson's basics. It goes down to that because it has nothing to do with how I want to say it, where I'm going to say it, what business model I'm going to operate with. It's just what frickin' do I want to say? What's in there that wants to come out? My daughter, when she was a year and a half old, she was potty training herself, and she would sing. And she would make up words to, she'll kill me for saying this. She would make up words to already made up songs, right? Already songs. And her favorite one at that time was Farmer in the Dell. And she would hum things and all that.
What an awesome
And I
Mother's
was
Day gift.
in the other
That's
room,
awesome.
And I heard her humming or singing, and she was sitting on the little trainer pot And Farmer in the Dell, she's, I'm really doing poop. I'm really doing poop. Hi, ho, the Dario, I'm really doing poop. And she has now gone on to take that desire to express to Broadway. She's been on Broadway. She's sung the national anthem at Yankee Stadium. She has made a career out of just saying what she wants to say, as being who she is. And that's who we are here, is everybody is just giving from that heart. And that's the feeling of empowered soul. It's the feeling of allowing a sacred space. So many people say, there's such a sacred space here. I feel safe. Several of you said, I could just be myself in Women's Wellness Network. I could just be my enthusiastic self in the Victory Network. I could be extraordinary in the Extraordinary Men's Network. And I can be empowered in the Empowered TV, which is what it used to be. And I can be empowered in the Empowered Family Network with Eric Steinlack, who's not on today, manages the lead of Steve Wright, the Women's Empower Network with Ginny Wimmer. I mean, we've just created an incredible thing. And I just really am honored and feel privileged to be a part of this. We now have in our group over 3,000 people. They're in my energy. They're like my family. I got 3,000 people in my family now. You know, some of them I still haven't met yet, but that's incredible. It's just really incredible. And then the final thing I'll say to share.
If you're just tuning in, thank you for tuning in. We are just watching the final closing ceremonies of the Catapult Games for the Empower Network TV on Facebook and for Victory Network.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, Amos.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Sandra. Isn't it amazing what happens when we each step into our own little part of what we're supposed to do? It's magical. People are giving me props for starting this, but I played my part of instigating. I've been instigating all my life, and you guys are all now doing what you've been born, I believe, born to do, created to do, whatever you want to call that, to incite amazing things in others' lives. What a gift. Thank you for being a part of the Catapult Games. Thanks for showing up brilliantly. Amazing, amazing people. Thank you, Grayson and Carl, for contributing. Yeah, it was awesome. Carl, you're brave for showing up singing like this. Wow. And Grayson, loved what you said. That was just divine. Thank you, Catapult teams represented here today. Thank you, Yoy. Brain to Belly, bringing brilliance to Brain to Belly. Love it. Thank you, Tammy, for the Women's Wellness Network. Extraordinary Men. Andrew, Michael, Martin, thanks for quarterbacking that and paving the way. Thank you, Cindy, with the Victory Network, for all you do. And thank you, Paul and Sandra and Susan, for what a gift. So thanks, everyone, for attending. This is a wrap. I do want to give space, though, for those of you that have anything you'd like to say. Now, there's a number of ways we can improve this. So I just want to open up, though, for a few minutes. If you have anything, there's a whole lot of text stuff we could have done better. But if you have any ideas of how this can be run, I just want to field those ideas and let's chat about that. Just come off mic and share in 20 seconds if you can. If there's anything that will be recorded that we can come back to for the next Catapult Games in July or August, we'd love to get your feedback and thoughts. And no thoughts are wrong, so please give your suggestions now.
I don't have a suggestion. I just want to mirror what Paul said, because I believe that we're God's strategy and we're here right now on purpose with a purpose. And it doesn't, however you're going to show up, I just want to invite you to look at really, who are you? Why are you here?
This is Cindy Gould, the owner of the Victory Network.
And are you going to stay in alignment with your assignment and do what God purposed you to do? Because that's what I see people doing here, and I love it. And I love being a part of the community of people that are just willing to show up and to do their thing, and whatever that thing is. So thank you so much. And thanks, Paul, for saying that. And Grayson, awesome. All
I
of
was
it
in a
so
bad
good.
fire.
Thanks.
The link on the top of my page is that
Amos, I have one thought that
will
just
tell you
popped into me.
answer
just
most
now.
of your questions.
Been a
Today
part of a
we
Zoom,
are just in the
call with
ending
85
ceremonies,
people on it.
the
You know, it
final
has,
ceremony
you know,
for the
a
Catapult
couple
Games
pages that you have to go back and forth, and they
for
crafted
the
it
Empower
in a way
Network
that
TV.
everybody had a chance to speak. We have breakout rooms and all that kind of stuff. But I think one thing to consider would be all of our groups to come together with all the warrior or all the founding members or whatever, all in one massive session and craft some agenda or some way to do it. But there's something about the synergy of all of us together, these groups all together. This is the first time I've seen this kind of thing before. And there's an incredible power here. And I think there's a way to craft that. I'll write some thoughts down on it. But wouldn't it be amazing for 10, 15, 20,000 people to see 100 people all on the same time, all expressing themselves? And again, you have to craft that. You may not be able to see the picture, but I know how to do that. And I just think it would be amazing to make the bigger splash and promote it ahead of time. You get a chance to promote everything you want to promote, each group, the Catapult, the Academy, anything. So that's one thought, outside the box thought.
I love it. That's a great thought. Who else? Thank you, Paul. Please come off mic and just go for it.
I think a better schedule would be really awesome in the future, but that is just my 2 cents. It was really hard for me to kind of juggle my schedule a little bit for this event, but I'm really honored to have been invited to it. So I did have to move some things around in my schedule, which made it a little bit more difficult to be present during the actual things that I was trying to do with the Victory Network.
Thank you, Crystal. That's a great suggestion. And this was beta, so for the next one, we've already talked, and we're going to be debriefing next week about, I'm thinking like a month lead up would be probably appropriate. So that's why the earliest the next one would be July or August, but we want to make sure it's more planned with better automations and all that stuff. So thank you, Crystal. Anyone else? Okay. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for being here. Catapult members, any closing thoughts before we wrap here?
Thank you for subscribing.
If you have any desire, any of you guys that are listening,
Please like, follow, and share if you think somebody else
have a desire to
gain value from my content. I'm a burn survivor, public speaker, and an advocate in the burn
go after
community.
this. It takes some commitment to do these kind of interviews and so on. But I know, and I mean, they could speak to it, but I can guarantee you that the people that have learned the most and have grown the most are the people, Tammy, Cindy, Yoyoy, Andrew, me, Susan, Sandra. It's a beyond the comprehension of what could take place.
Thank you.
So if you have a sense for wanting to be a part of this, I suggest you check with Amos, because there's things coming up where more catapult opportunities can happen. And if you're of a mind to it, and he'll tell you about it, but if you're of a mind to it, it's worth the effort. It's work, but it's positive, fun work. But it's definitely something I would consider. See, Andrew's smiling. He knows what I'm talking about right there.
It's fun.
That's it.
Endless fun.
I just want to say something. I just want to say that just being in this environment is something very unique. And I have to thank Amos for creating that platform for us. And giving us the opportunity to present in it, because it is something that's very rare, and that's, very generous of him, because most people could be like, I'm not going to share my people with you, right? So, this is a very generous, and I love the fact that this is a very loving and caring environment to be in. And just saying that, we're very fortunate that we can be a part of it. And it's gratitude and yeah, for this whole thing. So thank you everyone for being here, but thank you, Amos, for creating this as well. It was a lot of hard work though, I have to say.
Thank you very much. And Jet, I'm praying for you.
Amos,
It is
one-
time for you to
Amos,
do
the one
you.
thing I thought you did
Good
well
job, Mama.
was have me on at the end. I thought that was the most unique thing that you did in this entire platform. So I think that you should revisit that again as well. I thought that was amazing for you to do.
Well, I don't think of stuff. I just try to follow the leading and the guidance. Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes I don't. So,
And along with everybody else, I think that what you have here, again, everybody mentioned it, the synergy that was just embraced with seamlessness. I think that's there. But as Paul said, I think that the bigger picture, you beta tested this and it went to a certain place. I think big no matter what. Think huge no matter what. Because I think you have the people here, and I think there's a time that it's appropriate. And I think now, where people are, it's a voice of expression. And I think there's some balanced messages that need to be out there. And messages like these are hidden. They're hidden from mainstream America because you're almost counterculture to what the voice is out there today. And I think there needs to be a visible platform of this type of messaging, encouraging messaging that has some substance, not just motivational entertainment, something with some substance that they can fall back on, utilize, and actually repurpose for their own good. Being able to really disciple people in a way that they're doing greater works than you. And that's the energy from this. Who can be better? And how much better than me can they be? And I think that's the selflessness that you bring to the platform that you introduced this with. And I think you've attracted those kind of people when it comes to it. Folks that want to see other people succeed. And again, in the world today, in a me society, that is not the energy that most people have. It's really self-absorbed and self-induced. But when you can become, as my girlfriend says, when you can become self-full by becoming self-filled,
I was in a bad fire.
that is a beautiful part of it. And you have used this platform to allow people
Hence
to
the burns, the
self-fill.
broken, and the
And when you
beautiful.
self-fill, as Paul said, what's in you can come out of you. So if you're self-filled, then you can fill the world. And that is what I believe you should continue to do here. Make it bigger than you can be. Self-fill so that you can be self-full. And we do that. We want to give so much
The link at
away
the top of the page on my
because we don't self-fill.
YouTube page.
That's one of the things my girlfriend talks about is
The
self-filling.
link tree
Filling
has a
yourself
video
on a
that
consistent
shares
basis, not
more
selfishly.
of the details.
Filling yourself to be a river, not a
I
reservoir.
am right now.
It's
We're
gotta
watching
flow
the
through.
final
Oftentimes we get stuff stuck with us.
the
We wanna keep it
ceremonies,
to
the
ourselves
closing ceremonies
and
of the
shape it
Catapult
for our
Games
own
for the Empower
use.
Network TV
But it's the river, that not the reservoir.
and
that
the
makes
Victory
difference.
Network
It's the river that flows. It's the river
on
that
Facebook.
refreshes. It's the river
All
that
week
encourages.
we have been
the river that
participating
enhances. I think
in
that's the
a
biggest
speaking
part of what
contest,
you're doing here
and
with
my
the
group, the
Catapult
Victory
Games.
Network,
Again, what is the catapult?
came in
Stick
second
with two
place.
prongs that shoots rocks away, that shoots it into
And if
the
you're
atmosphere.
interested in those groups
And I think
and
that's what
finding
you've
out
done
more,
here. So just keep swinging, keep shooting, and you're going
there's
to
a post
continue
linked
to
on the
impact
community tab
more
on
than
my
you ever
page
thought
as
you
well.
could.
wow, Grayson, round two.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Grayson really inspired me with that water image. And just thinking about this, that this is an ocean of people. This is a big planet. And there's so many more people out there. So when I was small, my dream was to speak in front of the UN. And I never could imagine how I could do that. Well, every day we're on all of these networks of zoning. We're together.
Thank you,
we're
Jet.
UN.
Yes, please like, follow,
We're UN
share.
representatives out here. on
I am
the
a burn
planet.
survivor and a public
Speaking
figure in the
to
burn
unite
community,
people,
in the Visible
to
Difference
help
community.
people understand and connect and to heal the division. We may not solve all the problems of the world, but boy, that voice, just by expanding it, it's unstoppable. And my father was a stutterer who got a bass trombone to be able to get over it. He became a member of the Philadelphia Orchestra. They traveled the world. They were the first.
I turned 41 on May 1st.
Diplomats.
You don't ask a girl how old she is.
They were musical diplomats, but they brought the spirit of oneness with them. There's nothing that a person can relate to when they
I'm proud 41.
their heart.
41's the
And
new
that's what
30,
we do.
don't you know?
So I want to applaud you for that, and I want to expand with you.
Paul, as the winner, do you want to lead us in a closing closeout? Yeah, please.
I have to riff off of Grayson again for just 1 second. This think big part. I've started to do that in ways that I have never thought of doing before, and I've traveled the world. I'm getting ready. It's not done yet, not set up totally yet, but I was approached by a guy that is fairly well known out there in the self-development world. One of his goals is to help 1 billion people find happiness. And it blows me away just to even think about that. I'll let you know when that's coming, you guys. I mean, it's still formulating. But just the thought of that, 1 billion people to find happiness is his personal goal. So it's just amazing to me. So yeah, so everybody just close your eyes and take a deep breath and just breathe in that inner spirit. God, the universe, spirit, Tammy's favorite Gus. However you relate to that inner soul, that inner energy, the energy of the wellness, the energy of the victory, the energy of balance, being extraordinary. Just breathe that all in and acknowledge that it's there. Just say to yourself, I am this. And now feeling that feeling inside, just imagine that it reaches out and holds hands with all the other people in this group right now. And imagine all the other people that have been supporting and backing these groups, welcome them into the circle. Even though they don't even know they're there, they'll feel it, sense it. Let's unite together. Imagine virtually that we are a giant fountain of amazing love and light, healing, and energy. Imagine that's expanding out around your communities, out into your states and provinces, your countries. Just let that feeling of empowerment encircle the globe. Connect with all the things you connect with in that bigger picture, how you relate to spirit or God. And just acknowledge what that is, what that feels like, so that can be a pivot for everything coming forward, moving forward. Magnetize your future with that energy, that oneness and that high team, knowing I'm not alone. And when that feels really good, slowly bring that energy back in. Let go of those virtual hands. Bring that energy back to yourself. Let it fill you up from the essence of who you are, the foundation of who you are, your physical body, your mindset. Just let that all be filled with that power. Take a deep breath. Come on back. Look around that circle. Project that through your eyes to everybody in the circle. There you go, Amos.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. ENTV today. This is has been the closing ceremonies of the first Catapult Games. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you were inspired and moved and touched and challenged and loved. All right, we're a wrap, everyone. Well done. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Many
you,
blessings,
everyone.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you,
Good
everyone.
night. Good morning.
Bye bye,
Hi.
guys.
Ta-da! That was the end of the Catapult Games final ceremonies. Thank you all for tuning in. I am so appreciative of all of the likes, the shares, all of it. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Saturday. Shout out to my supporters. Please be on the lookout for my Face Equality Week campaign online, on Facebook, on YouTube, and Instagram. Lots of growth over the last week. Lots of growth over the last 18 months. But really, I've had a powerful week. Lots going on in my life. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy birthday, Mindy. Thank you very much for everybody tuning in and all of your support and encouragement. Many blessings. Happy Saturday. Be well. Remember to show up for yourself. Believe in yourself, and anything is possible. Love and hugs.